We do have a mental health problem in this country, and it's white men. It's white men with small penises that have lifted trucks and pet bowl eagles and guns to feel like a real man. The Middle Passage, where 1.2 million black people died. White men. Lynchings. Between 5 and 10,000 black people hanging from trees? White men. Wounded Knee, where 350 Lakota died. White men. Asian internment camps, about 1,800 passed away? White men. January 6th, where they beat officers, stabbed them, took off their fingers and eyes, PTSD, where 4 officers killed themselves by suicide because of the trauma. Officer Sitnick died. White men. Ahmaud Arbery, 3 white men chased down a black man. Segregation, white men. The KKK, white men. The Klan leader, white supremacist in the White House, a white man. You see a trend? 84% of gun violence in this country, white men. I wonder why that is. What do you see from the racist MAGA right now? They're just begging for another shooter to be gay or trans or a minority. And that's what you saw with Lincoln Riley. They were saying, oh, the poor white girl, it was a brown person. And you put her on posters and flyers and donations. Where was Ahmaud Arbery? Where was his outrage, Mike Johnson, you white supremacist? Where was his bill? Where was George Floyd's bill? Just curious. That's right. Wrong demographic, right? See, what happened to George Floyd is symbolic of where we are as a country. The white man putting his knee on the neck of a non-white person, minute after minute after minute after minute, saying, what are you going to do about it? Which is why we're here. And in this last election, that's exactly the question that we were asked again. This country chose an adjudicated rapist who molested girls on Epstein Island, 13-year-old Katie Johnson in a court deposition where Donald Trump and Epstein molested a little girl, stole from cancer charities, caused an insurrection, cheated on his taxes, asked for the execution of 5 black people, has dinner with white supremacists in his own house. But somehow he's the white man, so he's the most qualified candidate. And the sad reality is that part of this country with red hats would rather burn it to the ground than have a black woman be president. And there's too many people that have major, large platforms, including mainstream media, that absolutely are terrified of talking about what I am. Why? Because it's not a sexy topic. It doesn't get them likes and views. They have whored themselves out for capitalism. They want you to be angry and pissed off. Go look at their things. Is this the end? Did Trump say this? Oh my gosh, is this the end of Caroline Leavitt? Oh, this is shocking. They're fucking grifters. Martin Luther King, and I'm going to paraphrase this because I don't want to misquote the legend. History's not going to remember the people that did bad stuff. It's going to remember the people that stood by silently. And right now, there's too many people that look like me that are sitting in their privilege. I can't do this. I got to lose my job. I can't sit up for this person. Black people don't have that luxury. Immigrants don't have that luxury. If you're sitting by and watching what's happening with people in concentration camps, with people being racially profiled, and you're talking about the traffic at school, you're part of the fucking problem. Because you're hiding behind your privilege while everybody else is getting treated like crap, which is exactly what this country has done. If more white people that look like me would have stood up with the great Martin Luther King or with Rosa Parks or crossed the bridge with John Lewis, then maybe we would have progressed as a society. But all we truly did was suppress the racism. And the Klan leader said, take off your white hoods and put on your red hats. That's why we're here. 84% of gun violence are white men. Again and again and again and again and again, it's white men, white men, white men, white men. We, whether we like it or not, are the mental health crisis with this country. And if you don't like that, you can ship your ass back to England because you're an illegal immigrant on stolen land. So the question is very simple. Are you going to be on the right side of history, like I am, or do you want to be on the white side of history? The choice is yours.